Before we get into the name, let's look at the timeline, because once we understand the history, a lot of things make more sense. Now, I want to say this clearly, I'm not a historian, certainly not a professional researcher. Most of what I'm sharing comes from historical sources and public information, but I'm just sharing what I've learned along the way. The lunisolar calendar system and early New Year rituals originated in China more than 3,000 years ago, during the Shang and Zhou periods, 商朝和周朝. It started as a seasonal ritual marking the end of winter and the beginning of spring. Farmers gave thanks for the harvest, families honored ancestors, and communities prayed for prosperity in the coming year. Over centuries, these rituals developed into what we now call Spring Festival, 春节. The key foundation, a lunisolar calendar. Months based on the moon, adjusted based on the sun to align with the seasons. This is where the story begins. As Chinese civilization expanded through trade, diplomacy, tribute systems, and cultural exchange, the calendar systems spread beyond China's borders. Not through erasing cultures, but through influence, adaptation, and localization. Let's go country by country. Korea adapted the Chinese calendar system between the 4th and 7th centuries during the Three Kingdoms period. Historical records show that New Year rituals were already practiced in early Korean states. By the Goryeo dynasty between 10th and 14th century, Korean New Year, known today as Seollal, was one of the most important national festivals. But here's what's important. Korea didn't copy China. They localized it. They developed sabay, formal bowing to elders, tteokguk, rice cake soup symbolizing aging 1 year, unique ancestral rites, distinct Korean clothing, and games. The structure came from the calendar. The identity became Korean. Vietnam's story is even more complex. From 111 before Common Era to 938 Common Era, Vietnam was under periods of Chinese administration. During this time, the Chinese calendar system was introduced. Vietnam adopted the lunisolar calendar, but over time, they reshaped the celebration into something uniquely Vietnamese. Tet Nguyen Tan emerged as the Vietnamese New Year. However, they kept shared elements like ancestor worship, family reunion, and red decorations, but added their own traditions like Ban Chong and Ban Tet. The first visitor custom, Song Tet, the Vietnamese zodiac, which differs slightly from China's. Even after gaining independence in 938 Common Era, Vietnam continued celebrating Tet because it had become deeply embedded in Vietnamese society. That's how cultures evolve, through adaptation and localization.